Hello, welcome back to another Onkruid video. This is another one of those unedited Soulstone Survivors runs, so I need to keep the speech muscles going, I need to keep them flowing, I need to keep them optimally engaged, but I don't need to overheat them. We're playing with the upgraded Houndmaster today. He starts off with his buckshot and his dogs that don't show up as an active ability, but they can actually bite. And you do see their damage done at the end of the game, actually in the damage sum up, the summary if you will. So they are considered to be kind of a skill that you start out with. I find it interesting that they don't include it as an active skill shot, but I guess they want to stay consistent and have every character start off with just one active slot already filled in. I know that a lot of people like this character for speedrunning purposes because two great banishes right from the start. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Because they provide a lot of early game damage immediately, so they can help you get to that skeletal archer pivot immediately, which is of course the main mechanic in speedrunning so far. Stick in the corner and go for skeletal archers. Go for skeletal archers. All right, we're in, boys. We're in. How have you guys been doing? This is the video that's going to be going up on Thursday. Yeah, because I already have one of those unedited ones planned for, I think, tomorrow and the day after that, if I'm not mistaken. I still have to look into it. I definitely should have re-rolled there and looked for something more impactful at the start, but either way, it's still a learning experience, the speedrunning way of playing. Normally, I just like to take it calm and easy and enjoy my time in Soulstone Survivors, but lately, I've really been trying to get just as fast times as possible. I've gotten that sub 9 time, and that's great. I'm very, very satisfied with that. But going like sub 8, that would be awesome. That would be really amazing. That would be a time to actually really, really be proud of. Not really great skills. Skeletal mages are kind of fine, but they are not amazing. Oh, I guess I could go for chain lightning, but it doesn't do that much damage. Final option, void. Void is always nice, right, to get the enemies grouped up. Yeah, let's go for void. I always like a void because the skeletal archer attacks are also kind of piercing. And now we do, of course, not have any rerolls left, so we're gonna have to do with what we get. Let's go for some critical damage. That's kind of a raw upgrade that can always boost our damage and killing abilities up. And then I think it's just gonna be us and the road, right? A multicast of a higher rarity than just being uncommon, or than just being common rather, is something I would like to take. And I think we're just on a roll. It's gonna be nice and easy. We don't really want any of these abilities, but I guess for now I'll go for chain lightning. I want to test out the poison bomb. It's an ability that I normally don't ever take when I'm trying to speedrun, because I always feel like it's gonna be a bit too slow when you are actually just trying to complete it as quickly as possible, because poison is, of course, as in many video games, in this video game also a mechanic of something stacking up and slowly dealing damage. It's more on the slow front. Sure, let's try to make chain lightning work. It's more on the slow front, but apparently when you get the area up really highly, it can cover the entire screen and be quite a decent ability in the end. Let's try and stay more in the corner even. Let's really, really hug this corner for now, huh? Interesting stuff. We don't want to banish anything from this. I guess we will go for lethality. Just get our crit chance up there even more. You can never go wrong with some crits, and you can also never go wrong with some clits. I love the female body. That's the most cringe thing that you'll hear this video, hopefully. I can never be completely certain about it though, because I mean, I say some cringe stuff sometimes. But I'm gonna try to make that the most cringe things. I'm kind of not into cringe anymore. There used to be a period where I was subscribed to a lot of cringe subreddits, or well, subreddits that specifically were focused on showcasing cringe. But that time is behind me. Right now I realize that I actually want to be subscribed to things that make me... I mean, a bigger area of effect. Oh, this is difficult. I think I'm gonna go for the epic power, just because, I mean, purple is a nice color and it did increase our area of effect by a whole lot, so maybe it was the correct choice, but yeah. What was I talking about 1 second ago? Frequency of bloodlust, thank you very much. Thank you very much, that's very nice. Fire shield is apparently also not bad at all, let's go for it. But maybe it's also more of an early game ability, I'm not sure. Completely lost my train of thought about what I was speaking about earlier, but that is all fine. It's still a learning experience for me as well. Sure, it's still a learning experience for me as well to kind of get this ramble train on the tracks and not stop it at all for a second. Even though I should probably do that and allow some silence in my videos, but that's not me. Vicious strikes, a bit late, but we are still definitely going for it. The vicious strikes are always nice. And they are a vital component of a nice speedrun strat. I don't think we're gonna break any records in this run. I think I'm too slow for that, but we might be able to land a nice sub 10 minute time, which I think is gonna be the goal in general for these speedrun kind of attempts, kind of videos, kind of things. A lot of kinds. You know, it's also kind, my girlfriend. She's very kind for allowing us to enjoy the spaghetti that we made 2 weeks ago again this evening. We put it out of the freezer, and oh, I want to banish this. Area of effect of the void skill or area of effect of everything. 20%, nothing to sneeze at. Let's go. Void pulls all the enemies in, so it makes our other abilities a lot more effective, of course. But yeah, we put the spaghetti out of the freezer in the hopes of being able to heat that up later this evening. We also ate spaghetti earlier this weekend at home. And I mean, I think it's not controversial. I think it's a based take. It was fine. It was tasty, but it was packaged sauce, and that makes a whole wounds. I mean, it's epic. I like the color purple. It was quite alright, the spaghetti. It was enjoyable, but it was so sweet, and you could really taste that it was artificial, you know? And I mean, I don't blame my mom or anything. We had quite an emotional weekend with the passing of the dog and stuff that's coming up, so she probably didn't have the mental capacity or the time, or she just didn't feel like actually cooking it in its entirety, and I definitely don't blame her for that. Spaghetti is also a dish that takes quite a while to make, and all in all, it was still fine. But that fresh al dente taste of the sweet spaghetti you make yourself, which is then not really sweet, more chili spices and stuff in there. Do we want to go for the damage modifier of our Buckshot and Chain Lightning? Sure. I think that really, whatever we do, the skeletal archers are always going to be the most damaging ability at the end of the day, but let's just go for it. Upgrade our crit chance, even though our first hits are always going to be crits already. We want the other hits to be crits as well. And here we go with the Poison Bomb. But I think it's a bit too late to... Well, we could go for Thunderclap, but I think we already upgraded it with some of the epic frontal upgrades as well. So I think I'm just gonna let it pass for now, and I'm gonna go for straight up Leviathan. Straight up Leviathan, huh? Yesterday in the weekend, we ate kebab. I don't know the correct English pronunciation. But it's a dish that I have been really enjoying a lot lately. It's just a fast food dish, so it's nothing too fancy, but it's very tasty. It has a lot of fresh vegetables in there, so how unhealthy can it be, right? Huh? That's copium. It's probably very unhealthy. The meat is... Oh, no, I don't want to fireball. The meat is probably very unhealthy because, of course, well, I mean, it's a whole lot of meat. It's a whole lot of meat, unlike this... Well, yeah, it's like a spiral of meat, and it just keeps spinning around next to a fire, and then they kind of scrape off some of the meat when they are making one of the dishes. It's very delicious. There's a lot of differences in different kebab spots as well, and that's something that I've been starting to enjoy to explore lately. It's a dish that I often have cravings for. A rare multicast for our Chain Lightning and Thunderclap. Don't mind if I do. We already have a legendary multicast for our Chain Lightning, so I think that is definitely going to be hitting a hole often. That's going to be hitting often. That would be one of the things that I would normally cut out of my video, but hey, no cutting out here. Legendary multicast for everything? Sure, let me pick that up real quick. What else is going to be happening on the channel? Increased damage of the skeletal archer? Hell yeah. Look at this boss. Look at it just melt away. I am definitely going to be playing some more Crosscode. I want to finish off that series. Don't leave it at this point where it is now, where I just have like increased quantity, where I have just 3 episodes of it up and there's no logical conclusion in there. It's just ending at a random spot for now. That's not how I want the series to end, because I enjoy the game a whole lot, and I have only scraped the surface of it, that's for sure. I think I still have a lot of the gameplay mechanics to actually explore, and I do want to explore them on camera still. And then maybe if I do want to play even more of the game, I will do that off camera. Sure, cast frequency. Because I don't think it's going to be a series that I want to pump 20 episodes into. No, it's not like Soulstone Survivors. But I do definitely want to explore the game in its full extent. And that's why I might want to do it in the off-camera sense. Why am I so prone or why am I so excited to explore the game in its entirety? Because it was a gift by Krogren. And gifts are always something that I definitely want to give a good chance. I want to make sure that I get the most out of gifts. It's the same with Soulstone Survivors. It's a free game, but the idea to try it was also a gift. A gift by my podcast co-host Cool Kit Berglucht Stef. It's kind of a meme for now that I keep repeating his name in that sense. And it was the best gift that I ever received so far in my entire life, except for the gift of life itself. Although, I mean, in some periods I wish my parents didn't give me that even. Ayo, haha. Suicidal humor can be funny, but you have to have the right context, and it has to clearly be a joke, because as a clinical psychologist I have to, of course, put a little disclaimer after that and warn you that every mention of suicide by a person should be taken very seriously. You might think that, oh, it's just a grab for attention, she or he is not actually suicidal, but always take that with a grain of salt and make sure that you are actually asking that person, like, hey, are you okay? Are you doing good? Do we need to talk? Do you need someone else to talk? Can I help you in some way, shape or form? Because we know from research and from the clinical practice that most of the time it's not a call for attention and it's actually something to be taken seriously. A lot of people think that a suicidal ideation is something that very impulsively happens. People just from one day to another think like, hey, I'm gonna end my own life, and that's not the case at all. It's most of the time a period that can take up to 2 years where people are kind of thinking about how to do it. They are making plans, they are giving a lot of signals to their surroundings like, hey, I'm gonna commit suicide. So you should definitely pay attention to those signals and always take them seriously. You know what? We are gonna get a nice time in here. Actually, we might stay sub 9 minutes even. I don't think it's gonna be a record. I think our record is 8:36 or something, which we are approaching at a fast pace for now. But we are definitely gonna be quick in the end. If our skeletal archers spawn right now and they just wreak havoc over here, whoa, 8:35, huh? That might actually be another record. Let's see. It would be great. Oh. The fire shield also happens on all your, not all your pets, but apparently on my dogs, because they are considered part of the hero. That's cool. That might be a reason why people advise you to take that as well. This is the fastest time ever, right? 8:35? Hell yeah, a new record. Gonna take a screenshot of this, upload it right into the Discord. Thanks a lot for joining me. Bye bye.